So this is not where I usually film. I haven't uploaded my last 2 videos. I should. I just haven't done it yet. I should. So after my last video, my roommate came back on Sunday. He came back and we hung out. And he started working again on Tuesday. So I was kind of nervous, but whatever. He spent like all of that week at his parents' house. He was hanging out with me. Like, he hung out with me for like 2 days and then he left again. So I already had a bad feeling. Sunday we hang out. And Monday we stayed up really late. We ordered breakfast and then we hung out that evening. And he just lets me know out of nowhere. He's just like, just so you know, I'm probably going to be staying at my parents' for a while. It just makes more sense with the pandemic, and you know, then I can walk to work and I don't have to get my grandmother to drive me and blah blah blah. And it hit like a truck. I couldn't stop sobbing, I suppose. So he says he might be staying at his parents'. Part of me is like, hey, maybe he'll change his mind. And like, I thought we had a really fun time, but I knew, because we were actually gonna have a drink that night, and instead he fell asleep at like 11. So that night I couldn't stop crying. I'm pretty sure you heard me. I couldn't stop crying. I got up and I had a little bit of like this much, not even, of, we're gonna call it gillyweed, left. And I don't usually take gillyweed. I've had bad experiences with gillyweed, but I was like, I just want to feel anything but this right now. So I take that. I'm like, okay. I walk down to the bridge and I sit down and I smoke it all, and I'm talking to my friends, and I start to feel really weird. And I'm like, oh shit. So I get myself up and I can't stand. So I call my friend and I tell him, and I have to talk to him because I need to concentrate on something to walk home. So I'm talking to him, concentrating on like making sure I can talk to him and walk and whatever. So I walk home. I get home. I get into my apartment, and I kind of been texting somebody else. And I get into my apartment. I lock the door. I go lay on my bed, and this person I was texting, I had kind of told them, I'm like, I'm really broken. I can't trust people. I really trusted this person, and I love them. I think that's the first time I've said it on here, but my trust is just gone. I can't trust people again. So I told him, like, I wasn't feeling that good from the weed. I mean, the gillyweed. It's not weed, it's gillyweed. I wasn't feeling that good, so I told him that. And he's like, hey, just go. And he had been trying to come and see me that night. And he's been really pushing for us to hang out, which I was planning on hanging out with him, but this kind of cemented a no for me. So I get home, I text him, I'm like, I'm home, I'm on my bed. So I lay down on my bed and he goes, okay, rest. And I'm just kind of laying there on my bed, staring up at the ceiling, thinking about my roommate and how crazy I am about him. And I managed to kind of figure out how to work with the gillyweed so I feel okay. So I then get a text from this person going, "Why can't you trust people again? Why don't you talk to me?" And that instantly set off a red flag, and I was like, "Oh, you're trying to manipulate me. I'm not stupid. I know what that is." And if you, like, the whole thing was, I was in a state where I shouldn't be talking. As soon as I was done, I saw that message and I shut my phone off. Because if you know anything about gillyweed, the way I don't partake in gillyweed, not often, but I just knew. I was like, you're trying to get me to trust you, and you're trying to tell me like, oh, you can trust me, and maybe it's just for like, you want to date me or something, but this is taking advantage of me in a state when you shouldn't be. That is Bruce. I'm sorry. So I stayed up until 5. I didn't come down from the gillyweed until about noon. And I took the gillyweed around 11-ish. So I spent the whole night. I thankfully stopped crying eventually, and I spent a lot of the night just kind of touching my roommate and trying to I don't know. But every time I touched him, the whole part of my body that was touching him lit on fire, which was my hand. So if my hand, like my whole arm, would just burn up. And that day, I thought he was gonna be leaving around like 4:30ish, because he works. I didn't know what time he worked, but I assume he would work at 5. This is gonna be a longer video, so I passed out eventually at like 7, and I slept until about 1, and then I wake up and I just kind of walk around, and he just kind of says, he's like, looks at the time, he's like, "Oh shit, I'm leaving at 2," and I was like, "Oh, why didn't I stay? If I had known that, I would have stayed awake, and I would have spent all that time with him playing video games." So 2 o'clock comes, and I feel like I'm on fire. My whole body feels like it's burning. He picks up his suitcase and a few bags and a box, and he's like, "Okay, I'm going." And I go up to him and I hug him, and I'm crying, and he goes, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I can't talk to you, right? Like, you're leaving. How am I supposed to?" So as soon as he's out the door, I break down and I go to my bed and I shut the door because we had the screen door open. And I crawl to my bed and I break down and I'm just sobbing. And he comes back in and he's like, "I left my phone charger." And he grabs his phone charger and he leaves. And I am on the bed sobbing. I have to call my mom. I tell her, I'm like, "Please, please come." Because I kind of already said, like, I kind of want to move home. So I text my mom and I say, "Hey, can you come here?" And my mom shows up, and in the time I don't know what happened, I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk for the rest of the day until my roommate called, which I'll get to that. But I couldn't talk, I couldn't move. I just laid there, and my mom talked to me, and she was like, "You don't deserve this. You know, if somebody can't see how good you are, they don't deserve you." And my mom keeps talking, and eventually I manage to start moving again, and I get up, and I can't talk. So she's asking me all these questions, and I can't answer because I couldn't form words. So eventually we decided, we're like, "Okay, I'm gonna come here, we're gonna figure stuff out." And so I pack up Bruce and Dorito, and they're here with the kitty litter and their food and their water, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." we decide, okay, I'm going to come here. My mom is very happy I'm here, because she was already worried about me, and now she's like, I can keep an eye on you and I can make sure you're okay. Anyway, so at night I get here and I kind of just crash. I fall asleep. Like, I eat a little bit. It's really hard to eat though, and I just lay on the bed and I fall asleep. Then I wake up and my phone's ringing, and I had deleted him off of everything. I have his phone number. I'm not contacting him though. I deleted him off my PlayStation as a friend and as an account. Anyway, so I got a phone call and I answer it and it's him, and he's like, oh, I had to talk to you, I had something to tell you. And we talked for like 40 minutes and just about nothing, like we used to, and it felt so good. And I feel better, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can go home and I can deal with this. And I kind of had expected him to call again the next night. So the next day, I'm feeling a lot better because I'm like, okay, maybe, like. So I'm like, I tell my mom, I'm like, okay, I'll stay at my place because I feel better, and I kind of spend the entire evening just waiting for my phone to ring, and it doesn't. I don't get a text. I start panicking. I get his phone number from someone because I deleted it, and I have a friend, and I asked her, and she gave it to me. And I texted him. It's just like, hey. 30 minutes goes by, and then I get a text just going, hi, I'm going to bed. And I was like, oh, okay, I won't bug you. Good night. I don't get a response. I haven't texted him today. I'm planning to text him. I'm planning to probably go back this weekend and grab a bunch of stuff and come back here and just keep focusing on bringing my life back here. I can't get out of my lease, so I have to pay for it. It might seem stupid for me to be moving out, but I can't. I can't stay there. The only thing that gives me some kind of solace, I guess, is tonight, while I was upset, I called my friend, or I was talking to my friend, because his his girlfriend and him are on a break, because she says that she fell out of love with him. And we were talking, and I used to do tarot, which, if you believe it or not, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm very conflicted over it. But, my tarot cards were just in my bag, and he does tarot as well. And my tarot cards were just in my bag. I hadn't planned to bring them, but I texted him and I was like, hey, we were just chatting, and I was like, I want to use my tarots, but I'm really nervous because if you know anything about tarots, your cards kind of have a personality, and mine are very blunt and to the point because I don't use them that much, so they're very mad at me, and they will be brutally honest. Which is good, but anyway. He's like, well, why don't we, instead of having a bias thing, why don't I read yours and you read mine? Like, okay, so I read his, and he read mine, and the only thing that's giving me a little bit of hope right now is he did his cards, and I asked him, like, how does my roommate see me? And he's like, he sees you as a person who he doesn't want to hurt or betray, and that he really sees how important you were to him in a hard time in his life, and he sees all your merits. And I asked, what is a relationship? And he's like, it's gonna hurt for a while, and you're gonna be sad, but you will have a mutual relief at the end. It has like, is there still a chance for a romantic relationship? And he pulls a card and he goes, yes. And it was just one card. I don't use, I use a 12 or the smaller deck. He uses the big one. I don't really know how to, because I can read my cards upside and reverse. He can't. So I have a larger tarot deck. I just don't know how to use it yet. I need to teach myself. Okay. And I asked, how do I ensure we can get to a romantic place? And he tells me, he's like, you gotta back off. And he's gotta, I don't know. That's my plan right now, is I'm not gonna contact him. I'm going to start clearing the place out. Maybe he'll get the message. I'm gonna clear the place out. My sister should be moving out soon, so I can move back into my basement, which means I have a lot more room, which is good. The boys have acclimatized really well. Bruce better than Dorito. Dorito is scared of everything, but like, when we first got here, they wouldn't come out from under the bed, and today they're both here with me. They Piggly Wiggly. And they're exploring, which is good. Yeah, it's been really hard, and I haven't uploaded my last 2 videos. I'm trying not to cry anymore. I just miss him so much. I just want to talk to him. I want to hear him yell about how the Hulk doesn't need armor, and how cool Cosmic Ghost Rider is, and the stupid mouth breathers who come into his work. I want to hear how excited he is for the new Borderlands DLC. And I want us to watch dumb movies, like Home Alone. For us to laugh at him. I just miss him so much. But it's stupid. Every time my phone vibrates, I just know it's it. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Taking care of my boys. Dealing with headaches every day. Getting enough sleep, or not enough. I slept for 12 hours. And I still took a 3-hour nap today. I slept for 16 hours. Eating a little bit, trying to find a job, because I don't want to go back to what I was doing. That's where I'm at. So I'm at my parents' house. I'll probably be staying here until, I don't know. I am going to be looking at, I don't know, moving into my basement as soon as I can. Because the sooner I can, the better. More healthy it'll be. Yeah. That's it. That's all I really have to say. I hope you're all healthy. My province is opening up restaurants in a few weeks. which is really stupid. Everyone I know is preparing for wave 2 of the virus because it's gonna happen. I'm preparing for it. It's gonna happen. Like, there's no avoiding it. We're gonna get hit again, and we're gonna get hit harder, and then we're gonna probably be hit with a third wave. And I live in a very conservative place, and they want to open up as soon as possible, and it's not gonna go well. But yeah. It's great. I just try to take things a day at a time. I'm kind of meditating. I have this mantra where it's just let go, let go, let go, let go. And that's what happened when I paralyzed myself sort of the other day. But that's what I'm doing now. When I start sleeping and I start to get really sad, is I just go let go, and I imagine like the words kind of slamming up and down, like let go, let go, let go. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to playing some Ark, and yeah, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye guys.